Hi all, today I'm going to be looking at MQL signal trading history. So we're going to do a bit of data analysis on that. Just a bit of background, Meta Trader is a pretty popular Forex trading platform, and they have this language called MQL, Meta Code Language, which allows you to interface with the platform and create what they call expert advisors, which are essentially trading algorithms or robots. And they also have a market, and part of this market is the signals market, where one can sell several signals and allow people to copy your trades for a fee. So, for example, here we have a signal priced at 35 USD per month to copy, and we have the description, and we see that it's had over 3000% growth since 2023, so in the past 2 years. So obviously the appeal of this is the high profits, and the question would be, how are these high profits achieved? Looking into the signal, we see we get some data on the signal, including deposit amounts, withdrawals, and balances. We also see some stats here, seeing that we have 78% or so profitable trades and about 21% losing trades. We also see that 92% of the deals traded by the signal have been algo trading, so algorithmic trades, rather than manually inputted trades. So here we have the broker of the main account and the offered leverage 1 to 500, and the number of subscribers, and we do also have some reviews. This is a 2.5 star out of 5. But what we're really interested in here is this tab, which is the trading history tab. This gives you the trading history of the signal, and if you have an account with mql5.com, you can download the CSV file for this, so you have the entire trading history to analyze and help you decide whether or not you wish to subscribe to the signal. Okay, so let's analyze this. So firstly, we load the data, and this is what the base data looks like, the given data. And to do some cleaning, we first notice that we have a transaction type called a balance transaction type, which is the withdrawals and deposits. And note that these amounts are written in the profit column, which is not quite right, so this would throw off our numbers. So the first thing we do is filter these out. Then after that, we format our date. So the reason being, the given data gives our date or time as a string, and we want to format it into a date time object, so a timestamp. So we do that by stripping out the components of the string and then converting them to a datetime object. So here we can see the original time, and here's the date time. And here we're just confirming that the type of the date time is a timestamp. Then we delete some unnecessary columns. Here we find that volume and volume 1, so start and end volume, are the same. So it is expected for them to be the same, but this is just a confirmation, and so we can get rid of one of those columns. We then look at commission and find that it's all NaN values, so we can get rid of that. And here I did also confirm that there are some swaps, so there were some overnight trades on this account, so swap is not a column we want to remove, so we've left it there. And then finally our data frame is here with our formatted data and unnecessary columns removed. So now that we've cleaned our data, it's time to do some analyzing. We first start off with some basic grouping. Grouping by symbol, we see that the most traded currency pairs are the GBP USD and the Euro USD, with very little trade having been done in other currency pairs comparatively. Grouping by the buy-sell type, we see that more sells have been executed than buys, but this is not very significant because a very significant number of buys have been executed, so I wouldn't consider this to be that the account is biased towards selling. It's not a sell only or single omnidirectional sort of strategy, at least not with this ratio. I wouldn't say that. So no bias in terms of buying and selling. Now looking at grouping the trades by volume, we see that our trades are mainly 0.01 lots large and 0.02 lots large, with very few of our trades going all the way up to 0.06 lots. So mainly in the 0.01 and 0.02 range, and very seldom trading more than that per transaction. Looking at the grouping by swap, so this tells us whether a trade has gone overnight or not, and thus the swap rate has been paid or received. So here we just split that into true and false. So has there been a swap paid or not? And we see that the vast majority of the time no swap has been paid. So most of the trades being opened and closed within the same day. So this tells us that this is more of a day trading type of account or strategy. So from the basic grouping, we found that for this account, the account favors trading the GBP and Euro pairs, and no real bias in terms of buying and selling. Preferred volume is pretty low. In fact, the lowest you can trade is 0.01 and 0.02 most of the time, seldom going above that. And in addition, most of our trades are opened and closed within the same day, so we're more of a day trader there. So looking at the distribution of profits, median profit sitting at $1.15, with the minimum and maximum being quite far out from that at minus 35.11 and $57.22. So here, very centered around about $1, but also including very high deviations from that in both the positive and negative directions. Looking at the time, so how long a trade was held, we see that our suspicion of day trading has been confirmed, with the median trade being held for about 2 hours. And just note, this is where the date time formatting comes in, where we are able to take a difference between the start the end start time and end time of the deal, because we wouldn't be able to take this difference if our data was still formatted as a string. Anyway, we see that the maximum time goes all the way up to 68 days, so that there's a massive difference there. Something interesting might be going on there. The minimum time being measly 8 seconds. I suspect this is just maybe someone taking a deal and then suddenly deciding no, they don't want that trade anymore, so almost immediately closing it. But of interest here very much is this massive 68-day maximum. Alright, so sorting the times by time delta, we have a bunch of 68 days, 67 days, 49 days. Okay, so this long holding periods for many days, in fact close to months. Doesn't seem to be that much of a once off. It seems to be dotted around there. And yeah,